असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय सर्वेषां स्वस्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां शान्तिर्भवतु सर्वेषां पूर्णं भवतु सर्वेषां मङ्गलं भवतु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः।
Greetings to all of you again, and I greet all of you in this wonderful session on this proposal of talk for the innovative ionized plasma as the vaccine for COVID-19. I thank all of you to devote your value with us today, and to make this wonderful day, we have a list of eminent speakers. Mr. Amarendra Narayan Pandey, he is Director of Spirituality Awareness Program, Hyderabad, and he was earlier the scientist with BARC, the Bhabha Atomic Research Center, Kalpakkam. We have Padma Shri Dr. Prahlada Ramarao, Pro-Chancellor S. Vyasa, Bangalore, and he was earlier with the DRDO, the Defense Research and Development Organization, as the Chief Controller and into the R&D. And he has received Padma Shri by Government of India in 2015. We have Madam Mridula Sinha with us. She was ex-governor of state of Goa, and she has special interest in the scientific interests and the social interest of things. We have Dr. Puneet Goyal, sir. He is having a medical professional. Apart from, he is Chancellor of Sterling Global University, Haryana, Hisar. And we have other speakers and other guests also connected with us, with whom I will be talking one by one when the session would be continuing and after the session. I hope my voice would be audible to all of you. If you have any of the issue, you can write in the chat window. And there is Mr. Mohit is also available with us today. From the AirMeet support team. So this is the wonderful platform that you are using is of AirMeet, and that's a complete Indian platform. Atmanirbhar Bharat, we all are supporting. So that's why we are using this platform, and it's a wonderful platform. The facility it provides. And if you have any issue, you can just write on the chat window. Mr. Mohit can help you over for the connection issues and all the things. Thereafter, if you have to ask the questions, so you can write it into the question section. There is the question section written. On that, you can ask the questions, or you can talk directly to the speakers also whenever it is required during the session or after the session. So there is a raise hand feature is there till the time the program is live. The raise hand feature is there on your right side window. on that, you can raise your hand and I will assign the mic to you so that you can ask your question and you will come live onto the screen. So we have, just to start with, I'm just giving you my introduction and who all we are and what we are doing. So I myself, Amit Kumar Chaudhary, greet you today in this wonderful session on behalf of Pragyatmika. So Pragyatmika is the organization who is well into the development, research and all the things related to the technology and the matters of science. And we have verticals in electronics, computers, IT and all the things related to and material science and all the things. So, but we have also a very inherent interest to the combination and the joint venture of science and spirituality. And once we have the masters around us who has worked very high into the domain of science, who has an eminent experience in the domain of science, and who have worked in spirituality. So why not to get in a talk with them, and is it the requirement, it is the need of the time, because all of us see that all the humanity is getting affected by this COVID-19 effect. So it is the need of the hour to talk that what science and spirituality together can do to make and to get out of this problematic situation. So that's what this talk has been kept. And Mr. A.N. Pandey, engineer Amrinder Narayan Pandey, he has worked very actively in this domain. So he will be presenting his paper on this COVID and on this proposal for innovative ionized plasma for the treatment of COVID-19 as a vaccine. To start the talk, we have first Mr. Dr. Puneet Goyal. He is Chancellor of Om Sterling Global University, Haryana. So I would like to invite him first. But before him, there is some citation. So he has a degree in medical science from MDU Rohtak, and he got it in 1991. He is a founder of City Hospital, Hisar, and he is the founder of Om Group of Institutions. Since then, this institution was running very well, and now the seed he has born in this 2008 has now grown into the in the shape of a university, this Om Sterling Global University, Haryana. And he is a hardcore medical professional, and he is an educationist, and he is an entrepreneur by heart. So he, with the roots in the experimental science, he has deep interest in this science, spirituality, medicine, yoga, and all the things. And his university's web link is www.osgu.ac.in. So, Dr. Puneet sir, the stage is yours. You have to present your views now. So I am handing over the mic to you, Dr. Puneet sir. You have to present you now.
Thank you, Mr. Amit. On this webinar, Science and Spirituality, well, my first and foremost duty to welcome today's our senior most guest of honor, Shrimati Mridula Singh Ji, Honorable ex-Governor Goa. Mr. Amrinder Narayan Pandey Ji, Director Spirituality Awareness Program, Hyderabad. Dr. Prahlad Ramarao, Pro-Chancellor, S. Vyasa University and retired scientist, DRDO. And the all team of organizers, on the behalf of Om Sterling Global University, a very good afternoon to one and all present in the webinar, and congratulate for taking such a unique and distinguished topic, science and spirituality. Being a doctor, मैं सबसे पहले ओम के बारे में थोड़ा सा बोलना चाहूंगा। जो ओम वर्ड है वो 3 वर्ड से मिक्स होके बना है, अ, उ और म। इस 3 वर्ड के अंदर हमारी पूरी लाइफ कंसोलिडेट हो जाती है। जैसे कि आ से एक उत्पन्न होना, आ का मीनिंग यानी कि हमारा जो बर्थ है वो आ से शुरू हो जाता है। ऊ स्टैंड्स फॉर उठना। जैसे हम लोग पैदा होते हैं, फिर उठते हैं, लाइफ में कुछ करते हैं, कुछ ना कुछ पॉजिटिव हर तरह से करके बड़े होके फिर बड़े हो जाते हैं, और लास्ट में एक वर्ड आ जाता है माँ, आ ऊ माँ। तो माँ स्टैंड्स फॉर मॉन। मॉन मीन्स इंसान का जो लाइफ का जो साइकिल है वो पूरा हो जाता है। तो एक इस छोटे से वर्ड से, क्योंकि ये वर्ड मेरे लिए तो बड़ा अट्रैक्टिव है, क्यों कि मेरी तो यूनिवर्सिटी का नाम भी मैंने ओम से रखा हुआ है। मेरा एंगल भी स्पिरिचुअल एंगल है कि भी ओम के अंदर हर चीज का जो भी कुछ है इस दुनिया में ओम के अंदर ही समावेश हो जाता है। और सेकेंडली, जो भी हम लोग अपने रिलीजियस एंगल से अपने पूरी लाइफ टाइम के अंदर करते हैं, कोई भी रिलीजियस वर्क करेंगे, कोई यज्ञ करें, कोई हवन करें, कुछ भी करते हैं, कोई मैरिज है, कुछ भी, इवन मतलब जो हमारा डेथ के अंदर क्रियाक्रम होता है उसकी शुरुआत भी हम लोग सब की सब ओम वर्ड से करते हैं। मतलब ओम हमारे लिए एक प्रकार से ये कह सकते हैं पूरी लाइफ का एक प्रकार से समरी है। और अगर हम इसको साइंटिफिकली देखते हैं, ओम वर्ड जो यूज करते हैं हम लोग योगा के टाइम पे ओम का उच्चारण करते हैं, हर जगह करते हैं। तो जब हम ओम का एक बार चैंटिंग करते हैं तो मैंने अपने आप में फील किया है कि जैसे ओम वर्डिंग का यूटिलाइज करते वक्त हमारी जो चेस्ट की मूवमेंट्स हैं, एक्सपिरेशन इंस्पिरेशन होगा, हमारी एब्डोमेन की मसल्स है, एब्डोमेन की हमारी इंटरनल जितने भी ऑर्गन्स हैं वो सब के सब मूव करते हैं। पूरे वर्ड की इसकी मूवमेंट से क्या बेनिफिट है कि हमारा जो एक अपना जो रेस्पिरेटरी सिस्टम है, जो भी हमारी जो ब्रीदिंग सिस्टम है वो इंप्रूव होता है। ऑक्सीजन ज्यादा जाएगी ओम का उच्चारण करने से। सेम इंटेस्टाइन के अंदर मूवमेंट होगा तो हमारा डाइजेशन भी इंप्रूव होता है। तो ये जो ओम है ये मतलब साइंटिफिकली 200% यूजफुल है। ये नहीं है कि हम ये कहें कि ओम वर्ड बोल दिया तो उससे कोई हमने कोई रिलीजियस वर्क किया है। नो, नॉट एट ऑल। ये सब चीज हमारे लिए बड़ी यूज की है। और सेकेंडली, अगर कोई मेंटल स्ट्रेस की बात करते हैं तो ओम की चैंटिंग से वो स्ट्रेस भी कम होगा। इवन मतलब ब्रेन के अंदर ऑक्सीजन ज्यादा सप्लाई होगी, हमें अपने आप को रिलैक्स फील करेंगे। ये मल्टीपल यूजेस हैं ओम के। इवन बैक के लिए भी ओम वर्ड यूज करते हैं तो बैक की मूवमेंट होके बैक मसल्स को भी इफेक्टिव करता है। ये मैं मतलब मेरे मेडिकल जो मेरे यूज उसको बताया आपको। तो मेरे मुताबिक हर इंसान को डेली सुबह शाम ओम का और गायत्री मंत्र का 7 बार, 11 बार, 100 बार, 101 बार, जितना जिसको कर सके वो करना चाहिए। और जो आज के वेबिनार का जो हमारा एम है, हम लोग जो प्लाज्मा आयोनाइज्ड प्लाज्मा की जो बात कर रहे हैं वैक्सीन की, ये वैक्सीन कोई नई बात नहीं है। वैक्सीन तो हम जो मतलब 50 साल पहले भी आती थी। जो भी डिजीज हमारे कंट्री में जब भी अटैक करती है तो हमें उसके लिए उसके अगेंस्ट कुछ फोर्स खड़ी करनी पड़ती है। उस वैक्सीन का पर्पज भी यही है कि जो भी कोविड इफेक्टिव कोई भी इंसान अगर हम डाल देंगे तो उसकी बॉडी में प्लाज्मा मतलब इस रूटीन में जो एक पिछले दिनों में स्वाइन फ्लू चला, प्लेटलेट्स डाउन गई, तो डॉक्टर ने प्लेटलेट्स का फ्रेश प्लेटलेट्स डाली पेशेंट्स को। इसी तरह जो वैक्सीन है उसका भी यही पर्पज है कि जो हम हमारी बॉडी में जो ब्लड के कंपोनेंट है प्लाज्मा है, उस प्लाज्मा के अंदर हम इन एडवांस जो ये आयोनाइज्ड वैक्सीन डाल देते हैं। उसका बेनिफिट क्या होता है कि हमारी बॉडी कोविड से लड़ने के लिए पहले ही रेडी हो जाती है कि अगर उसके बाद अटैक करेगा तो हमारी बॉडी में इतना कुछ ऑलरेडी होगा कि उस अटैक को वो न्यूट्रलाइज कर देगा। ये है। और आज की डेट में इसका ट्रायल चल रहा है। ये अगर सक्सेसफुल होगा तो आई थिंक हम लोग डेफिनेटली कोविड पे कंट्रोल कर पाएंगे। और इंडिया में एक प्लस पॉइंट ये है कि हमारी जो बॉडी में ऑलरेडी इम्यूनिटी सिस्टम इतना ज्यादा है, इसी की वजह से हम लोग इस टाइम पे इतना सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग फॉलो ना करके भी हम लोग सक्सेसफुली चल रहे हैं। और ये जो वैक्सीन है ये हमारे लिए और बस रामबाण का काम करेगी। इसी के साथ मेरा सब आप सब लोगों को नमस्कार। मैं अमित जी को अपना माइक हैंड ओवर करता हूँ। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Very thanks to Punit sir. So you have expressed very well the adjoining aspects of the medicine, the yoga and the spirituality, and described us well about the how this vaccine could be made and how this vaccine affect the for this COVID-19. Thank you, sir, for joining us today and putting your views on this matter. I thanks on behalf of all the participants who have joined us today. Now we not to talk this further. We have Dr. Prahlad Ramarao sir. So Dr. Prahlad Ramarao sir, he is a chancellor of Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan Kendra, renowned university for the yoga and spirituality matters in Bangalore. And before this, this is not the only introduction to him. Before this, he was the scientist with DRDO, and he has been working in the Aero and SI division, and he has worked very well in the domains of aeronautical and missile technology. So just to give a very small introduction to him. So he was awarded a Padma Shri for his outstanding contribution to science and technology domain in 2015 by Honorable Government of India, and he was also awarded as Scientist of Year by DRDO, and he has served as director to a biggest research lab of DRDO, that is DRDL, and he has led various missile projects over there. He sees an interdependent linkage between our ancient knowledge and the modern science. And that's why he remains a very active, and he plays a very active role in the modern way of implementations of our ancient old treasured knowledge. So very relevant to the talk of the topic today. So we have invited him to be the part of the talk today, and I would like to give the mic now to Dr. Prahlad Ramarao sir. I will not be I will not be taking much time between you and him. So Dr. Prahlad Ramarao sir, the mic is yours, the stage is yours. You are requested to put your views on the topic.
Thank you Amit. Namaskar to everybody, to especially Srimati Mrudula Sinha ji, Her Excellency to be here. Very nice to hear her. Then thanks to Dr. Punit, who is the Chancellor of the OM University. It's good to have a doctor because we are going to do something where doctor can use. That's the idea. And of course, the Chief Purohit is Dr. Amarendra Narayan Pandeyji, who is the real Purohit of today's event, who has brought some very innovative ideas. So, welcome all people. It's very interesting. I am quite a bit disconnected with the spirituality. I am a nuts and bolts person. I have worked with Dr. Kalam. Abdul Kalam was my boss. So I worked with him for more than 27 years continuously. He took me as a young man to do a missile program. He said, you should come and join me for a missile program. So I worked in various missile systems, like Akash missile, Agni missile, BrahMos missile, Astra missile, Prithvi missile, Nag missile. So I have been doing many missile programs. So all should be wondering why a missile scientist, aeronautical scientist, yoga spirituality mein kya kar raha hai? So that's what everybody will think. But after what I have seen, you also would have noticed great scientists in the world, like Einstein you take Meghnad Saha, you take any book, the distinguishing line between the science and spirituality is very thin. So when people do very high level of science, he tends to be thinking spiritually. What is this? I see a direct link between science and spirituality. This is what he feels. And all great scientists, finally, whether you take Bohr, you take Einstein, you take Bose, anybody you take, they all finally become spiritual. Am I doing something which I call it so-called science, which is so different from the life, the spirituality. If you go the science, you go to nuclear science, you take atomic physics, you take atoms and go inside, then you see that it's amazing that the whole universe appears to be a replica of what is there in the human brain. What is happening in the human brain, what is happening in the universe, there is a direct linkage. And that you can see, you can feel only when somebody does extremely high science, real high science. Go deep into philosophy. And then only you realize. If you just look at Newton's laws, equations, structural mechanics, dynamics, or material science, it looks very simple. You know, everything is known, you know what is friction, what is like that. You can easily relate to your daily life. But what people have noticed is the so-called physical knowledge is only what can be really seen and felt. But the total science is much more than physical knowledge. This is what people have noticed. For example, when people said nuclear energy which will contain a fantastic amount of energy inside a molecule, inside the atom, then everybody said, how can it be there? Because people are used to energy from coal, huge tons and tons of coal to be used for generating energy. Or you go to gas, petrol, diesel, or you go to wood, or you like that people are got used to energy coming from such materials. Whereas when the nuclear scientist said, no, there is a E equal to mc square, and even an atom can generate energy, people said they're stupid, foolish. How can it be possible? One few atoms generating energy is not possible. What people felt till the nuclear theory was propounded and the first nuclear bomb exploded, then they think there is a reality. That is, what we see very, very minuscule atom has so much of energy inside it, packed, densely packed. Only we have to know how to unpack it, how to release the energy. If you release the energy, is enormous energy. So this is a very astounding, philosophy that the entire universe, there are many people who believe that the normal physical material, what you see, and the energy, they are exchangeable. You can convert total material to total energy, total material. When you have an atom, you break it and allow energy to come out, it gives you nuclear energy. So the mass vanishes, mass reduces, mass becomes almost zero, but it will be completely converted to energy. So the mass and energy, the material and energy are interchangeable. Similarly, now people are talking of what is known as God particle. That is, you take enormous energy, compact it, compress it, miniaturize it, you convert it into material. It becomes a mass. So mass and energy, see, this is a very high level of science, which people are still trying to understand. How is it possible? Can we relate the universe with the human brain, universe to my thinking? See, fortunately in the world, so-called Indian philosophers, so-called sadhus, the rishis, they were able to go deep inside their mind, their brain, because they were not having other, distractions. Like we have hundreds of things in life. You have got life, you have got, now IT has come, you have got WhatsApp, you have no time to think. Whereas those days, the rishis used to have a lot of time to think. So they were able to think very, very deeply, go into their mind, go into the universe simultaneously. A person can go into the brain and the mind at the same time he can look at the universe and relate it. So people are there are people who can communicate through mind, they can do that. They can understand somebody. So this is a very difficult philosophy. Nobody can believe. No scientist will believe that this is possible. But the greatest scientists know that whatever he has learned as a scientist is a small portion of the real truth, the real philosophy, the real sense of the universe. He has understood very little. So everybody thinks, he's a great scientist, but the greatest scientists say that I don't know anything on universe. How the universe comes. Is it a Big Bang theory? Some people say it's a cyclic, it's not a Big Bang. Indian philosophy is cyclic evolution, like, we have many yugas, and it's not Big Bang. And there are many theories going on, and how you can relate to the cosmos. And so when Dr. Pandey told me that he is going to talk about this, I also discussed. I know one friend of mine, who is also a very philosophical person. He is my neighbor. He has been a great scientist, come doctor, come mathematics. His name is Dr. Maddaya, Vaddanahalli Maddaya. He is a big scientist, big engineer, but he talks what is known as Vedic cosmology. What is Vedic cosmology? So we can see what is talking Vedic cosmology and what Amarendra Pandey is talking about spirituality and what is inside the brain, how you can correlate. You see that people at the highest level of thinking think alike. They are trying to unravel the mysteries of the man, mysteries of the world, mysteries of the universe, mystery of the cosmic energy, mystery of atomic energy, how they are related. It is amazing. So this is only a very beginning of understanding. I am sure many great scientists will put more of thinking into this continuously, and we have to go more inwards than outwards, and then go deep inside, and then we can realize it. I think in that way, what Dr. Amarendra Pandey has done, he has done a very small bit of the philosophy, cosmology, that is, see how do you can see today many people are trying with plasma in Kerala, in Tamil Nadu, in Bengaluru, in Oxford, in Hyderabad. They are doing how to use plasma. So you take plasma from a human body and inject into the patient who is having corona infection, and will it be able to fight out, give him immunity, give him strength to get back his health. This is what many people are trying. Now what Pandeyji is trying is, okay, you are taking plasma from blood of a person who has got infected, but why not you do something better, something better than this? What is that? That is, there are people who are very serious thinkers, meditators, who can think deeply inside. And once they go deep like a rishi or a sadhu, he goes deep inside, he is able to think so deeply and his brain becomes so activated and the body becomes so energized that the plasma will be more effective. It becomes a force multiplier. The plasma in the human body becomes a force multiplier when compared to the plasma from a normal human being. It may be 100 times or maybe 1,000 times more effective. If you can do it, then look at those meditators who can meditate deeply and generate a highly energized plasma. Then that plasma, if you can take it, give it to the patient, then he will recover much faster, much better, more robustly. So this is the concept he is having. It's a very scientific concept, difficult to really understand because no equations can be given, no experiment can be shown, no laboratory can demonstrate. It should be felt. It should be felt by a yogi. So that way I think Dr. Pandey has brought out a very wonderful concept, and I am sure there are many youngsters who will get inspired by Pandeyji. Pandeyji should inspire a lot of youngsters who will take it forward, and catch hold of doctors like Puneet ji. Puneet ji can allow a few doctors to work with Pandey ji and try to see that can they really do it. That is, measure the plasma of a yogi, plasma of a huge meditator, compare with the plasma of an ordinary human being, see how the difference is there. That can be measured, it can be quantified. Then that will be revolution. I am sure if somebody can do it, he or she will get a Nobel Prize. So what Pandeyji has told is going to lead to a big Nobel Prize with the help of a good doctor, good philosopher, good spiritualist, and with the efforts of a hospital and a philosopher. So this by sharing, though I'm a missile engineer, you'll be wondering what the hell this fellow is doing. But I think there is a huge scope for human health care. So I thank Panditji to give me a chance. Happy to share a stage with such eminent people like Puneet Goyal ji, Madam Mridula ji, and of course Panditji. Namaskar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Prahlad sir. Thanks to be with us and wonderfully explaining us. Yes. Yeah. Wonderfully explaining us to your experiences in the domain and the topic of the talk today, what Pandey sir has taken up. And it is very relevant that science and technology and spirituality, all these are based on the experimentations and the experiences. So yes, this talk is in the very nascent stage, but once anyone would take up this talk, maybe he will be able to do much in this. And I'm sure that as you have told that he would be able to get a Nobel Prize. So I wish that one would work on this topic which Pandey sir is proposing. And I would love that if Dr. Puneet Goyal sir would give his support in this, providing because of his medicinal backgrounds. So sure, it will be a hot topic and a talk of the topic for the future generations for the fighting not only COVID-19 but any such kind of thing, any such kind of a threat that would be keep coming for the mankind. So I am taking this talk forward. I have Her Excellency Madam Mridula Sinha connected with us today, and I would be giving the stage to her now. But before, just brief intro about her. So she is a lady of extraordinary personality with the roots in ordinary mass. She has a degree in psychology, and she has started her career as an assistant professor in Dr. S.K. Sinha Women's College, Motihari, Bihar. And she has a special interest in Indian customs, traditions, and she has written several books on the same. She's a lady of a stage actually, so you can always find her involved in one or many of the programs. She always brings and relates the ancient traditions and folk customs with modern day living of society and correlation of it with science. In 2014, she was appointed as Honorable Governor of State of Goa, and she has discharged her duties till 2019. So all 5 years she has discharged her duties. She has completed her terms very actively, and she is very active in socio-political and literary activities. And now I would be giving the mic and the stage to Madam Mridula Sinha. Madam, the stage is yours. I'd like to have your blessings for the program and your few of words.
Dr. Amritlal Pandey, Dr. Prahlad Ramarao, Dr. Puneet Goyal, and Amit. So I have been invited for this unique program for me, but I would like to start it with Om, recitation of Om, as Amit has suggested that every program should be started with Om. Now, I have come here to know about the subject in detail and also to give my blessings for the success of this program only. So I am not aware of the scientific things. So now I will give, as I have said you, that I will give you Pandey blessings to success. The topic of webinar, proposal for innovative ionized plasma technique for COVID-19 vaccine, which is a joint venture between modern science and spirituality. By seeing the topic, I remember the talk of Swami Vivekananda at London in 1896 related to Advait Vedanta. There he stressed to have a common platform for scientists and spiritual master to take the advantage of each other while discovering the unknown. He used to state that the best of the West and best of the East must be discussed together. To fulfill the vision of Swami Vivekananda, a world-class yoga university like Swami Vivekananda Yoga Anusandhan at Bangalore, Kaivalya Dharma, Bihar, School of Yoga Munger, and other reputed institutions in India are working in this field. The author, Dr. A.N. Pandey, of today's webinar has stepped in the vision of Swami Vivekananda. I believe that the outcome of the webinar after discussion will yield fruitful results for the scientist and spiritual master to obtain divine substance to function as vaccine for any killer diseases, including COVID-19. The basis of the seminar is the bones of Dadichi, which is a famous theme to work as a vajra against evil spirit. This led author to go in depth of the concepts. There he finds dry ionized plasma as a bonus to the Dadichi. How to obtain the ionized plasma? This forced the author to take the help of modern science background and meditation aspects of yoga. Joint venture of these two subjects has to be explored. Without taking much time, I strongly wish that the proceeding of webinar will be quite interesting for the participants. I wish all the success in this endeavor so that a new message will blossom up in scientific as well as spiritual society. प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने आपदा को अवसर में बदलने की बात कही है। आज भिन्न भिन्न प्रकार का प्रयोग हो रहा है। हमारे ट्रेडिशन से बहुत बातें, जो चीजें हम दवा करते थे, जो प्रिकॉशन लेते थे, वो सब हमारे ट्रेडिशन से आए हैं। फिर से उधर हम पुनः भारतीयता की ओर जा रहे हैं। इसलिए ऐसे समय में इस जो आपदा का समय है उसको अवसर में बदलने के लिए बहुत लोग आगे आए हैं। उसमें से पांडे जी भी हैं, इनके सभी सहयोगी हैं। और बिना इसके साइंटिफिक बैकग्राउंड को जानते हुए मैं ये कहना चाहूंगी कि इनका भी जो मिशन है वो सक्सेस हो। और जैसा कहा गया कि इनको नोबेल प्राइज मिलना चाहिए, तो ये कोई बड़ी बात नहीं होती है। यदि इनको इसमें आस्था है, लोगों का समर्थन मिलेगा, तो एक पूरे मानव जाति का भला हो। क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ तो मानव के लिए हमारी संस्कृति, भारतीय संस्कृति मानव आधारित है, मानव के लिए है। अभी हम लोगों ने देखा कि हमारे प्रधानमंत्री ने स्वयं यहाँ कोविड से लड़ते हुए 122 देशों के लिए 200 देशों के लिए दवा भेजी और ये भी याद किया गया कि ये संजीवनी बूटी भेजी गई। तो इस तरह से भारत जो ऊंचाई को प्राप्त करने जा रहा है और करने के प्रोसेस में है, मैं समझती हूँ कि यह जो प्रयास है वो भी उसी ओर है। और इसलिए मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देती हूँ, आशीर्वाद देती हूँ कि आप इस ऊंचाई को छुए और आपको इस मिशन में सफलता मिले।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मैडम फॉर योर ब्लेसिंग्स एंड योर इम्पोर्टेंट व्यूज ऑन द टॉपिक। आपने बहुत अच्छे से दधीची की हड्डी एंड एक्सप्लेन किया और द नीड ऑफ द आवर इज टू work for the mankind with vision and with the technologies and with the knowledge available with us. So that is the requirement of the time of the today, and that's what Mr. Amarendra Narayan Pandey sir is working in that direction. And definitely whatever the small contributions that we can do, that we are committed to do for that purpose. And I hope to all the participants also to get benefited of this talk, and whatever the thing that you can do or at your end to take this talk further, because this is a major topic of a research now. This is not only a talk, but it is a major topic of a research, and you can get connected with Dr. Pandey sir later on also to talk on this further, and can take this thing further, the use of ionized plasma, because of there is a requirement for the vaccine. And if this can be a vaccine, if this can serve as a purpose for the treatment of the COVID-19 patients, so why not to work in this direction? So that's why all this talk has been kept. So I will not be taking much time further between the Pandey sir and you, so that you can get benefited with his talks. So I just introduce Dr. A.N. Pandey sir. So he is director of his spirituality awareness program now based out in Hyderabad, in a process equipment design, and is Masters of Engineering. He's a retired scientist with Baba Atomic Research Center, Kalpakkam, and he has a special interest in joint venture of science and spirituality since his early days. He has developed various methods of yoga under the Masters of Yoga and Spirituality that we will be discussing. And he has not only developed the methods of the yoga, but he has published also the international books on treatment of H1N1 through yoga, that the much talked virus, that H1N1 virus, which has also affected very mankind. So he has written the book on treatment of H1N1 through yoga. And thereafter, this post-nuclear crisis, like at any of the place, if any of the nuclear plant has leakages, so how we can mitigate those problems through the means of yoga. He has written books on that also, and that has been published by international publishers, and that is available for the circulations. He has written a special book on management aspects of Hanuman Chalisa. All of us are at least learning or at least chanting Hanuman Chalisa once in a day, but there is a management aspect of that, and he has written a book on this Hanuman Chalisa. And not only this, he has written lots of ebooks also, which is available through Kindle and Amazon. More than 3,000 ebooks are available of him. And he has a website also on which he keeps publishing the articles, and this article related to COVID-19 can also be found on that website. So his website is yogicconcepts.in. So you can go and find his special interest and his papers and his articles. He keeps updating it every week maybe, and new things that gets published. So you could be lot benefited from this website also. So I will not be taking much time, and Dr. Pandey sir, now the stage is yours. You are invited to put your talk now. And
thank you, Amit ji, for handing over the mic to me. First, namaskar to all of you who are present here as a guest of honor as well as a participant. Let's have the prayer first. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidaphisavahe. Om Santi 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 Hari Om. The meaning of the prayer is, we are praying to Lord that let us have a conducive atmosphere so that the speaker as well as audience both should have the very conducive atmosphere, and they should neither have the inferiority complex nor the superiority complex. And with that condition, let us have the interaction. That is the meaning of the prayer. Now, after prayer, I would like to thank all the dignitaries who came here or who have come to grace the occasion, and I am very thankful to all. In fact, one if I take, it will take a lot of time for me to speak on that. But in brief, I can tell that Dr. Goyal ji, I am very thankful to you because you have spared your time, being medical practitioner. Still, you have spared the time. And Dr. Rama Rao ji, he is our Mukhya because I am attached to S. Vyasa since inception. I mean to say that since 1978, once Prasanti Kuchram was formed, since then I am attached to that. And Guruji, whom we call Dr. H.R. Nagendra ji, whom we call lovingly Guruji, he is a guiding factor for me to enter into the yogic science field. And under his guidance, I have written 2-3 books, and afterwards he asked me to go independently. So I am trying all the things at Hyderabad, but my Hyderabad SAP, which I am directing, is a sister concern of S. Vyasa. I am happy to have our Mukhya here. He is a sort of a guiding factor for us, Dr. Rama Rao ji. And I met him first once he had established a energy center at S. Vyasa. Though he was telling he was a man of DRDO and all, nuts and bolts, but he has got very keen interest in the energy, especially cold fusion, and he is directing that. So once I met him, actually that time I went to Guruji for something else, then he asked me to meet Dr. Rama Rao ji, and since then I am getting his blessings for so many things. So I am very thankful to you, Dr. Rama Rao ji. I am thankful to Madam also because as she has rightly pointed out, she is not in the field, but she has spared some time to grace the occasion, to bless us or to give the blessing to the webinar. Madam, I am very thankful to you for coming over here and providing your blessings. I am very thankful to the audience also. This is because without audience presence, this webinar would have cannot get a good shape, or it will not be a successful one. And at the same time, I am very thankful to the young people who are participating here, who can take up the job which I am doing, research on spirituality and modern science. That is basic field of mine. And this view I got it from one Swamiji there from this is Kevala Dham, Lonawala. He is very versatile Swamiji. He is Swami Mahesananda ji. I met him in 2012. That also because of our Guruji, Dr. Nagendra ji inspiration. And then he asked me, why not to switch over from health, yoga as a health science to modern science. And then he gave me his book. One book is there, that is Energy and Space. The 400-page book he has written, and that has inspired me to go inside the depth of science, how science is working and all, because basically I'm a mechanical engineer. I was working in the Bhabha Atomic Research Center related to radioactive waste management side, but that has made me to go inside the depth of the scientific knowledge or scientific correlation with yoga and all. So with this, I now come to the sort of our main topic. As you know that my topic, which has got three main words. So first I will try to explain in a layman's language, means what is virus, what is a sort of ionized plasma, and what should be the conditions of vaccine. So those three things I will just first take up in the layman's language, means common man language. So I will have that kind of a sort of slide. This is a slide of our blood cells. What I mean to say, the virus attacks on blood cells only. It is not attacking on our other periphery, like suppose our system. We have got 5 systems: respiratory, circulatory, digestive, then excretory, and the central nervous system. But virus doesn't go to that. It doesn't attack on even under that whatever organs are there. It doesn't attack even tissue. It directly goes to the cells level. So this is the main, actually the cells level. That's why I have brought this slide. What is cell and how virus is attacking on that, and what else we have to do in the cell so that virus will not attack. This picture will show you that outer periphery is called cell cover. Then below that is cell membrane, and below that there is a protoplasm, and below that there is a cytoplasm, and at the center, at the main center, it is a nucleus. What I mean to say, the cell structure is like that. Blood cell, every cell has got this kind of a structure. So it is shown as a very magnified way, but it is having like that. So center is having a nucleus. Around that there is a cytoplasm. Around that there is a protoplasm. Then we have got cell membrane and then cell cover. In this, it is very important to note that whole what time plasma I am talking, that is also existing here. What is protoplasm? Protoplasm is nothing but it is a barrier for cytoplasm and nucleus. Within cytoplasm there is a RNA. RNA exists within cytoplasm, and DNA exists at a nucleus. So protoplasm, or rather you can say the cell membrane, this plasma membrane, which is protoplasm, is protecting these two, means the RNA and DNA. Means that our plasma has got three main functions. One is barrier, which is giving as a barrier. It protects this cytoplasm as well as nucleus. Means it is providing a sort of a barrier for RNA and DNA. And second function of this our plasma membrane is having a carrier. Carrier means in the outer periphery, where our cell membrane is there. So it is carrying our nutrients, salt, as well as whatever the protein we have got. All things are being carried out from inside to outside, or vice versa. So plasma membrane or plasma has got three major functions. One is barrier, other is carrier, and third one is transportation. So as a barrier, it protects RNA and DNA. As a carrier, it carries all nutrients, whatever it has got, whatever salts are there. And as a transfer motion, it provides all the blood cells. It is pushing inside the blood vessels. So plasma has got three major functions: as a barrier, as a carrier, as a transport mechanism. This, once we understand, any ordinary plasma, whatever we are having, that has got the three major functions. And virus, how virus comes and attack. First virus comes and attack to the cover. So that is first stage of attack. Then second, cell membrane. That is the second stage of attack. And third is attacking to the protoplasm, which is a sort of nothing but a plasma membrane. and after attacking that, it attacks the RNA and DNA. Once RNA, DNA is attacked, then we are losing our lives. So this is the way virus comes and attacks us. This is medical people, they know very well. So that way virus comes and attacks in the cell. We have understood the virus mechanism, how it comes and attacks, where it attacks, what way we are sort of very chronic, or what way we are losing our lives, that we have understood. Now, we have also understood by this that plasma, which is nothing but here protoplasm. So why protoplasm is given? Because it is protecting and it is plasma only. So this protoplasm is getting affected mainly by the virus. And we have also understood that the plasma has got three functions. So if any material, if we are bringing any material which is going to protect the three functions of plasma, like carrier, like barrier, and like transport mechanism, then that will be a sort of vaccine. So in layman's language, we can say vaccine is nothing but protecting the plasma functional aspect as a barrier, which is giving the barrier to the RNA and DNA, as a carrier transporting the all nutrients outside and inside, and as well as it is as a carrier that happens, and again pushing the whole blood inside the blood vessels. If that kind of material we are getting, that will work as a vaccine. So by this diagram, we have understood functional aspects of virus. We have understood where virus attacks. We have also understood that what material can protect this plasma, so that it retains it all three functions. So that will be the vaccine. I am proposing this plasma, ordinary plasma, versus ionized plasma. This is ordinary plasma, and if the same plasma is made ionized, then naturally that will be very purest form of plasma, and that comes, tinkle of that one comes here. So plasma, ordinary plasma will accept it as a natural ingredients, and that will work as a sort of cover for this, or a sort of shield for that ordinary plasma, and that will work as a vaccine, because that is going to retain all the ordinary plasma. And you know that anything whatever is now vaccine is being tried by scientific means, that will be the combination of some chemicals. All will be there. So that is foreign material for this plasma. So that's why they have to test it for that kind of vaccine. They have to test it animals and man also. So because of being foreign material which our plasma has to accept as a shielding or as a sort of improvement, then after testing only this will be a sort of conducive to this plasma, whatever human plasma we are having. But in my proposal, ionized plasma, from the same plasma we are making ionization. So it is very natural for this plasma to accept readily because of conducive nature. This diagram, why I brought it, so that let us have the clear picture of virus and virus attacks. Let us have the clear picture of which is the main plasma, what is the role of the plasma to work as a barrier, carrier, as well as transport mechanism. And this whole figure, cell figure itself, this cross section of the cell. This here you see that center is nucleus, and then around is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is nothing but energy. And then we are having cell membrane, which is nothing but space. And then cover, which is nothing but consciousness, which is complete cell. What I mean to say, if you remember that nucleus is having energy as a sort of cytoplasm, as a space, as a cell membrane, and as a consciousness, as a sort of discover. So each nucleus will have energy, space, and consciousness. If this, from this diagram itself, two messages you should take it. then my all talks will be very in easy way of understanding, and this talk will be means you can really interact with me wherever when difficult task is there easily, because these two things we should keep in our mind from this diagram. And once we are having we understood this, then let us go further for that one, layman's language what we are telling. This I am telling that okay, Mr. Meditator, I am proposing that the meditator can get the ionized plasma, that we see how and what is the authenticity of that. That also will find. But here I have brought it out that what Ramarao was telling about scientists as well as David Bohm and all he was quoting, and when Dr. Meghnad Saha, he was also telling that whatever is happening in the universe, the same thing is happening within us. How it's so? So for that purpose, this slide will be very quite. They have so far not solely nothing but consciousness, pure consciousness. For what? For that, when there is a center for consciousness at Arojana, and they are trying to understand the consciousness, but so far they have not made a sort of solid proposal and understanding about consciousness. So solely consciousness. So they are leaving the soul, means consciousness. They start from brain, go to the neurons, then go to the stars, and go to the universe. These four aspects, they are well versed of that science. These experimental results, they need a sort of mathematical model, then only they can go. So that is their a sort of, we can say that hindrance. But what I mean to say that what is spirituality, a spiritual master or yogi or even a meditator, they have stars are available. It also says what is Yatha Brahmande Tatha Pinde. These things are existing in Brahmand, means universe, the same thing existing in our brain, and that way connectivity happens. Why I brought this one? This diagram will give the message that that is soul or consciousness, try to correlate with the consciousness on what, then you will try to understand what is absolute, real absolute. Now, I'm showing this one, how the connectivity I was showing. So here what happens, human being becomes as an atom, and it floats like in the whole universe, I put that one, and their existence is just like a particle. You will find that this common sense, you will find that if any sun rays comes through a slit, we will find some of the things, some particles floating in that. That with naked eye we can see, but this kind of things we cannot see. So that kind of scenario exists here. How the meditator, how the evolved people, they float in the universe and they go to the different levels of the universe and they get all the experience. Then what meditator does actually? Meditator here, I will tell you this, how we have arrived this layout and all, that is we'll later on we'll do, but in meditation or in universe also, there are 6 nuclei. 6 nuclei are existing. In the sense, as I was telling you, that blood cell has got the nucleus, try to recollect our the figure of blood cells. Nucleus was there, in that around nucleus energy was there, then space was there, then consciousness was there. Same thing. Each nucleus will have energy, space and consciousness. And we have got 500 billion cells in the body normally. So those have been grouped, Paramatma has grouped as a major 6 nuclei. Means all the blood cells, if you are grouping, they becomes at 6 major nuclei, and for that Gita, 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has given the explanation to answer to Arjuna. We'll come to that. But them same 6 nuclei I am projecting in our human being, and there itself Lord Krishna says that I am present in the body as well as in the universe. So in the body where it present, that we are telling, we are going to locate, we are going to have the graph of that. Topmost portion is our Turiya, there is a one nuclei 1. Then nuclei 2, which is a space, it is a backside, that is 3rd ventricle. Then we have got nuclei number 3, which is nothing but energy, cytoplasm, we remember that cell, so that is there. 4th is cover of the cell, so that is here, 4th nuclei. fifth is our Jivatma, Jiva is the fifth, and sixth one is our world or Jagat, where we are having a sort of Bhautik Loka. So these six nuclei where Paramatma exists, that's right, Lord Krishna says in Gita, I am there, I am present in all, but in all the six. But ingredients of the six nuclei means energy, space and consciousness, is not present in me. So that is what the meaning of that what Lord Krishna said, I am present but they are not present in me. So here we have shown on the human system the six major nuclei where we call it CDC, means Creation Development Center, and whole creation either in the body or in the universe follow the same scenario, same kind of scenario, and six nucleus only is responsible for all the creation. So that's why the meditator is making use of out of four major nuclei and reach there. Now we'll say that what is we can say that what way we are having this kind of approach and what way we are going to take that one. If we understand the cell concept or cell, whatever I was telling about the virus, plasma as well as vaccine, at the same time energy, space and consciousness, then whole job is very, very simple for us to interact each other. Now I'm going to, that was layman's language or simple language, put up that one. Now I'm going to describe what is my paper or what proposal I have put up. In that, what we are describing there, and one by one, if you have read, fine. Otherwise, also briefly we can understand that one. To present this scenario, what we know that everybody knows that plasma is taken from the recovered person, and that works as an antibody, but that is not giving the good result because this plasma therapy was developed during World War II. This is because this therapy is very good for the military people, those who are losing blood all of a sudden because of getting some wound, cut or damage of the body. So plasma also goes out from the body because in the blood, if you see the composition of the blood, 55% of the blood in a scenario, it is plasma only. 45% is only blood. Means plasma gives the support to the RBC, WBC and platelet. So that kind of things is happening, but once we are taking present the scenario, that antibody works for the first attack of virus, means cover of the cell if a virus is there. If that time it is somebody suffering, means if a virus is going to enter in depth or in second stage, that time certainly our this plasma therapy is going to work. Otherwise, it is not going to work, and that is what results are available. Means from the United States, they are trying the day one once they had the COVID-19, and even our India also it has been tried, but results are not encouraging. So, what is proposal? Innovative approach. Innovative approach is a joint approach, means science as well as meditation. Why science cannot take alone? This is because science also can take alone. But for that, there is in plasma physics or astrophysics provides the zone where whole thing, if you are sending there, if anything approaches there, whole thing will become ionized. That is called fourth stage of plasma physics. What is fourth stage? First is solid, then next stage is liquid, like ice becomes water. Next stage is a gas, and beyond gas. That's what is called fourth stage. So fourth stage is available in the universe at just after solar system, or we can say as interstellar, where stars are there in that zone. So that zone is having the fusion energy. So there, if something is thrown out or kept out, somehow brought out there, then the whole thing becomes ionized. If plasma is what we are proposing, or plasma, we have seen the role of the plasma. If plasma is taken through a spacecraft to that place, then certainly this plasma, which I am talking from the meditator's angle, that plasma will become the ionized plasma. But that project, that kind of action will be very, very costly. It will be billion dollar project, and because of a spacecraft has to be made, then fueling has to be there, and then it has to be sent. Even NASA has sent a spacecraft around the sun to get last 15, 18 years it is roaming around. So far results are of course coming now, NASA is getting. But this will also take around the same few years to reach there. At the same time, $1 million cost will be there. So we are having COVID now, and after we will get the result after maybe 20 years. So that's why it is not feasible by the science alone to go there. Then alternate is our meditation. That is what we are claiming, and how meditation works, that we will see that one. So with this, that's why this is a joint venture we are calling. And what is ionized plasma? We know ordinary plasma we have understood from the cell diagram. Same plasma, as I was explaining, if science is taking to that space, interstellar zone or interplanetary zone, or you can say behind the sun, or in between sun and the stars, then it will become ionized. What happens? Plasma consists of around 80% of water, and 80 to 90% you can say, and the rest of the things is only salt, minerals, as well as iron form and protein. So these three things, salt, iron and protein, these three things are very less in the plasma form, because major portion is watery. But if the whole thing is sent there, then whole thing will become ionized. Water also will become in ionized form. Salt also become in ionized form without losing any property. So all will be in ionized form, but provided it is reaching that zone, interstellar or interplanetary zone. So that kind of plasma will be very, very pure. It will not have any impurities. And if that plasma is brought and given, when thinking of that, to the ordinary plasma, that will work as a shield, and then whole only difference in ionized plasma will have that all in iron form, but their biological and chemical characteristic will be kept in void condition. It will not be destroyed during ionization. But once it is brought and get interacted with any material like ordinary plasma, then those things will be very active, and that will become as a very conducive way. It will mix up, it will mingle with the plasma, ordinary plasma, and it will work like a shielding material, or we can say just like we are gold plating, we are doing it on some material. So like that, it will be ionized plasma plated ordinary plasma. So that is what we can say that that is the ionized plasma. We are talking about that one. And meditator, as I explained to you, meditator becomes a sort of atomic particle type, and then it goes there and gets it. Now, to understand whole thing, in my talk I have given that first I have started with a sort of scientific domain type, means ionized plasma, plasma physics, what plasma physics says, which I have explained briefly to you people, that ionized plasma we are getting in particular zone, and that we have to reach somehow. Meditator, I am claiming that meditator is reaching that zone. So first, these slides are very, we glance through it will be very sort of self-explanatory, and we will see that how this, what is the Tatha Brahmande, Tatha Pinde, how it is there. And for that one, Lord Krishna, I was telling you that giving the answer to Arjuna, which gives us the a sort of how we are going to have only layers of the whole inverse divided into 6 nuclei, as well as human, I've already shown, though it is available here also. This is the same I have shown you there. But how I'll tell you that how this diagram I was talking to you, how the layout is there. So whole universe is divided into 6 nuclei, and similar things is happening in our whole body. There is same. If you remember that cell diagram, I mentioned that number at the innermost circle was the nucleus. The innermost circle was the nucleus, and that that diagram I did. So that one was the nuclei, and again that nuclei has got next that one sort of zone, that was cytoplasm. So here one is nuclei, what you have seen in the cell diagram or cut view of the cell, and that was enclosed with the energy. Energy is third nuclei here, and that was after protoplasm. There was a space, that was cell membrane, that is number 2, and that is a space. So here that is nuclei number 1, energy is number 3, that is and the space is number 2. And I was telling you the consciousness which is cover, which is balancing that is number 4. So cell diagram, what we saw, energy, space and consciousness, it is shown here by nuclei number 3, 2 and 4. Then remaining 5th, 6th, what is that? Of course 7, 8 is also shown, so I will come to that. 5th, 6th, 5th is our Jivatma, any Jiva that lies there. And 6th is Bhautik Loka, means our Jagat, what we are coming, that is there. So all the 6 places only Paramatma comes as a sort of witnessing that one, and each nuclei will have energy, space and consciousness. After 6, we are creating the Jagat, which we human beings, we are making a sort of new creation. So that is what called Bija and Raja, and that is what shown as a 7, 8. So Paramatma Paramatma is giving blessing, or he is coming up to the 1 to 6 layer, and that is that way means whole universe and whole body is divided. Now you see, from there is 5 layers. Between 6 to 5 is 1 layer, 5 to 4 is 2nd layer, 4 to 3 is 3rd layer, 3 to 2 is 4th layer, and 2 to 1 is 5th layer. So whole universe is divided in 5 layers for the activity, for all creation purpose. Similarly, whole our body is divided into 5 layers. So which we'll use in the next sort of slides, or for interaction. Then this I have explained to you earlier. Then we have got this detailed explanation of that one. Detailed explanation, we see that universe now, as we are telling it, bottommost is a universe, middle one is a sort of energy level, or stars and galaxy, other things, and topmost is absolute. So these things are, this is our further, as I told you, that whole layers, whole 5 layers have been divided into 3 lokas. We know that loka means it is sort of, we call Bhautik Loka, Devik Loka, and Adhyatmik Loka in Sanskrit word, what it is, physical world, cosmic, and then spiritual. What does it mean? It means the 3 nuclei, 1st, 2, and 3rd, is under where whole thing is very, very pure form. And as you know that our plasma state is only at 2 and 3, that zone. So very, very pure form. When we are getting ionized plasma in that zone. Then next is Devik Loka. Devik Loka is where cosmic change is being happened. And the 3rd is what Jagat, where we are having physical changes. This diagram will be quite suitable for even explanation of E is equal to mc square. M is at 6 and below, that is Bhautik Loka. E is between Devik Loka, means that is between above 6 and below that 4th. And Adhyatmik Loka, C square is above that. So this kind of explanation we had since the beginning. It is not that Einstein has discovered. This was there with the yogis, but only thing they were not giving in the formulation type. But they were having this kind of a structure. So that's why I brought it here. Now we have understood those things. Now, as I was mentioning, that each nucleus will have 3 things: energy, space, and consciousness. Science is called it energy, space, and quantum. And yogic term we call it energy is nothing but our prana, space is nothing but our mind, and the consciousness is nothing but our chetana. So this is the only language difference, but things are same. Now, as I was mentioning, there are 5 layers in the universe, 5 layers in our human body. So what is those layers? And it is very important to know that 3rd and 4th layer, as I mentioned here. So this is the zone where only we can get ionization, because there only fusion zone is available. There you will be surprised to know that, or not surprised, it is happening, that zone had all the stars are filled with the hydrogen. And the hydrogen is fused, 2 atoms of hydrogen is fused, then we get one atom of helium. Helium is the fuel for sun. But one atom is missing. That missing mass becomes the fusion energy. So that kind of close vicinity is there in between 3rd and 4th, and that is the zone where we have to get ionization. So this is the layer of the plasma physics. This is the layer of our meditators. We have also got 5 layers, and once suppose 3rd and 4th layer we are reaching in the meditation, then it is as good as we are reaching to the plasma layer of, or ionized layer of the plasma physics. So this diagram shows that that's why we have put individually right hand side layer, and left hand side layer is universe, plasma physics. So once our 3rd and 4th layer is joined together in that zone, if meditator is there in the right hand side, and they get the characteristic of as whatever characteristics are existing in the plasma physics or in the ionized zone. So that's what it shows. Now we'll go further. Ramarao Sahib was telling about atoms and all, that's a good one. This, why I brought it here, this is because though we call electron, proton, neutron made together is a atom, at nucleus it is a bond and the orbit electron is moving. The same thing is not new to the our Vedic science. In Veda it is called, electron is called Mitra, proton is called Varuna, and neutron is called Arjama. So why I brought it that term, these things are existing in our whole concept. It doesn't mean that it is existing, then why science is working. Science has to work. This is because we meditator or yogi cannot quantify the things, and we need a quantification of that one. For example, we need the mass. Without mass, we cannot make use of this whole electron, proton, neutron. We want to know about the spinning characteristic. So this science $1 million project of the science has to work, whereas meditator is not a million, it is $0 project, but both are required in the for the mankind. This photon, I was telling you, God is of course in science it is called photon. So photon presence is there in the all layers, and that was then this is equal to MC square. I was telling you that it is a very well functioning or very well sort of legacy is working in plasma zone as well as the interstellar zone as well as in the interplanetary zone or in background zone. So this is that one. Now that was all about physics side, modern science side. Similarly, the concept existing in our Vedic science side. This is self-explanatory. We have got energy as a prana, a space as a mind, and the central zone is chetana. So this will be there. Now, when we meditator gets effulgent light. I have put in that article that meditator with effulgent light can give the plasma, ionized plasma. So then a scenario will be like this, our head and body will be full of effulgent light. Now in the same article I have talked what meditation that, meditator that, or meditation, what is the work of meditation. So there, as I was telling you that we have got, naturally we have got five layers in the body, as the universe is also having, Yatha Brahmande Tatha Pinde. Things are similar, things are same. And this kind of scenario will lead us to reach there. But one thing is very layman's language, we can say that meditator does a trick. What is that? In 24 hours, 2 hours we are having deep sleep, our 3 states we are belonging. whether scientist or meditator or layman, everybody has to have only three states. One is deep sleep state, other is dreaming state, and third is awake state. So out of 24 hours, 2 hours is only deep sleep. Though we call 6 hours we have slept, 8 hours we have slept. But the remaining 6 hours is dream state. And then the leftover is 16 hours is our awakened state, or we can say Jagrata state. So these three states belong or governed by the three centers, three nuclei, what we have shown in the previously, out of 6. So the nucleus existing at heart governs our deep sleep, normal case. And nucleus is at our throat center governs this our dream. And nucleus at between two eyebrows, that governs our awakened state. What meditator does? The meditator is shifting each state one step ahead. Means that nucleus number 5 was the dream state, nucleus 4 was the nucleus 5 was the deep sleep state, 4 was the dream state, and this third was the awakened state. What meditator does? This deep sleep state is pulled up at the throat, from the place of heart to the throat. And the throat, where earlier we had normal man, we were having dreaming, that is pulled to the Agnya Chakra between two eyebrows. And whatever Jagrata state was there, that is pulled to the back to the third ventricle, that is called near to the our backside. So this is what meditator does. If anyone who is able to do this kind of technique, by whatever means, by tapas, meditation, or by sadhana, there are so many things. It is not that only our Hinduism it is there, it is in all the religion is there. So then they can achieve the state of plasma state, or we can say they can achieve the purest form of plasma. So that's what I was telling, that meditators, what meditator does in that way. Now I've compared universe layout as well as human being layout. Because of Yatha Brahmande, Tatha Pinde we know, and that way it is functioning. Now we'll have that sort of other one, how the brain is going to function. As we know, the universe has five layers. Our whole body has also got 5 layers. Brain too has got the 5 layers. This is shown here. In vertical layer, you will see the first lowest level is brain stem. Then reticular formation is the second layer. Third is thalamus. Fourth is our white portion is shown, that is called corpus callosum. And fifth is cortex. So this is vertical layer of the brain. Similarly, if you go for vertical layer, this is horizontal cut view of the brain. If you go vertical layer, brain has got frontal, middle, and back. So with these combination, brain neurons are working. Meditator is making use of the brain layers in a horizontal way as well as vertical way, and going to the particular place, particular type of meditation, and getting linked with that. So this is a plasma, means I was telling you that is a photon hot wave it is there. Now, this stage, second stage of meditation, we have got 4 types of meditation, 4 stages of meditation. One is, as I told you, that we call deep sleep meditation, because we have shifted that sleep, ordinary sleep, at throat level. So once we are meditating at throat level, so we are getting the all characteristics of deep sleep. Deep sleep, what characteristics we are having? Our mind is very quiet and calm, we get energized, there is no thought, we are unconscious. But in meditation we are conscious, but we are having very quiet and calm mind, we are having a sort of no thought, and all we are getting, very tranquil atmosphere. So second stage, from there, once we go for that we call third eye meditation. Third eye is nothing but we are meditating in between eyebrows. And that is very important meditation. That only leads us to the zone of interstellar, in solar system zone. So deep sleep meditation lead us to the back of solar system, means where our all planets are working and giving the effect. So that second stage of meditation is third eye meditation. Third stage of meditation is psychic death meditation, we call it. Psychically we are as good as dead, but actually we are alive. We don't do the life, but we have the same experience what we are supposed to get at the time of death. And fourth is Turiya. So this kind of meditation, I mean, a sort of types of meditation, and this shows that how meditator getting the effulgent zone in the second onwards. If we are getting the fully effulgent light, then our whole body will have the milky sort of light, and this is called Brahmajnana in the a sort of a spiritual field, and self Brahmajnana. And once any Brahmajnani seeing others, then it is others also the same thing, then Brahmajnani. Now we have seen meditator can get the plasma zone if they are getting effulgent light. Now what is a sort of connectivity? What way it gets connected? So you know that there is a divinity in the universe and there is humanity on the earth. And the link is breath. Means what? Whenever divine is kind enough to give us the breath, we are human beings, we are having humanity. When he withdraws our breath, we are no more. So link between divinity and humanity is breath. That's why yoga defines the whole religion in a different way. Yoga says, what is religion? Religion is humanity. And what way it should be, what to be worshipped? Divinity should be worshipped. And what would be the way of worshipping? Breath should be the way of worshipping. So puja is breath, and the God is divinity, means consciousness, and religion is humanity. Why from this one? This connectivity, as we have brought the slide. So connectivity is the breath for us, and breath is a sort of basis for prana. Now, as I mentioned to you, this will be the same thing, that how brain is filled with neurons and how that can, what we have discussed earlier. Here it shows that yogi is meditating, and then stars and galaxies there. As we have explained earlier, that we have got analysis that how the neurons are getting connected to the stars and all, and then finally to the absolute. Now, the same thing I am repeating here, God is here, and then one thing is here. Now, what is the validity? Now, things are, as we have now understood, that ionized plasma should be the ideal one, ideal sort of vaccine, because it is natural, it doesn't have any restricted sort of, it will mingle with the ordinary plasma, so that is there. But what is validity? Okay, meditators say that I can give you the plasma, but what way it should be? Authentically, it can be taken as a ionized plasma. So for that purpose, we have got certain medical applications, that instrument has to be used, and that of course Veda also tells about this one. Gita is giving Jnana Agni, but what medical term, Gita, this Veda I was quoting, then what way it has to be authentically accepted. So that is, first of all, the plasma, ionized plasma, once we get, that will be full of hydrogen. Hydrogen-rich plasma should be there. Ordinary plasma may not be. But you will find that if you take the plasma of a meditator, ordinary, when not meditating otherwise also, their plasma will be more refined than the ordinary man. You see, because that's why we find that no ashram people, no sort of yoga ashram or where yoga is being done, conducted, or where tapasya is being conducted, so far no man has become no person has become the victim of COVID. This is because it has got better plasma in this plasma compared to ordinary person. It doesn't mean that every man has to become a yogi or a sort of tapasya and all, because normal people are many. So for them, they should take the advantage of what they are doing, what they are having, and that has to be taken out. So why I'm telling ionized will be during effulgent light time, though in between also they will have the better plasma. So that plasma is reaching to the zone of stars and galaxy zone. Their stars are always filled with the hydrogen. So once we reach there, that characteristic our plasma should have. So it should, once we are taking that plasma, it should be hydrogen rich or very alkaline. Second thing, while doing the meditation, there is an instrument which gives the sort of what phase of brainwave is there. That is EEG instrument or EMG instrument that will give the status of meditator. And third test, it could be done. That same ionized plasma, if is taken and then it is kept near the RNA and DNA has to be tested. The RNA and DNA will be of natural form, means RNA is normally having the single strand and DNA is having the double strand. So that strand will be maintained by ionized plasma. So these are the three I visualized as a instrument, means instrumental way we can make it, we can say that okay, what meditator is getting is ionized plasma, and that way we are having that one. Then this again I already have shown to you, and this is a message for meditator that I explained to you. Now, before summing up, we can say that we are having this kind of, we should have some more research work has to be done, because, okay, we get the virus, we get the sort of vaccine that my paper is claiming, and it is. It is a very purest form, so it is there. And this can be tested with the means of a statement given by Lord Buddha as well as Swami Vivekananda, as Madam was mentioning. Swami Vivekananda has put more stress that unless the best of the West and the best of the East are coming closer together, we cannot get the solution. Best of the West is science, plasma physics, astrophysics, plasma physics, even quantum physics or particle physics. Best of the East is yoga, meditation, a sort of part of meditation, part of Antarang yoga, then tapas and all. So if they are coming closer, a round table conference or a common platform, then only this can be, best possible solution can be obtained. This is a sort of concept of Swami Vivekananda, and many universities now, of course, in India, especially SVSA, is a pioneer in this field and working on that. And I am as a sister concern working in Hyderabad. Now, this you can get support from what I have so far mentioned to you, that science and spirituality have to work together. Alone cannot get. This is because if you understand the Buddhism by giving his four noble concept of Buddha, what Buddha tells, Buddha is giving four noble concepts. Whole thing you can summarize that one. One is Buddha says problem exists, and we have the remedy and means a sort of reason of the problem also. And we go up to the remedy of the problem. That is what science is doing. Science is trying to find out the vaccine that is remedy. Vaccine was found for H1N1, that is swine flu, and that swine flu vaccine was not working for even Ebola virus once it came in the African country. And Ebola virus or swine flu vaccine, Ebola virus vaccine and swine flu vaccine is cannot work in the this COVID. So what I mean to say, science is postponing the problem, getting the solution for overcoming that kind of problem. What Buddha said, that unless we go to the fourth zone, that is the root of the problem, we cannot remove the problem. For example, virus is there. If virus exists, we know the region of the virus. That is second concept of Buddha, second novel sort of concept. And then he said that okay, we know the region of the virus. Then we know the remedy of the virus. We are trying to get somehow sort of just to remove the virus or just to nullify the virus. For that we are going to have the vaccine. But still some other virus will come, or this virus as a neuromicrobiologists are telling that this virus has got 2 years life. So that will still exist, or some new virus will come. What Buddha is telling, that you go to the root of the problem. Science cannot go to the root of the problem. Science can only define or analyze only existence, reason for that, remedy for that. Only spirituality or yoga or meditation, that can only take you to the root of the problem. As I was mentioning, we are going to the root of the problem, root of the where our plasma gets affected. So what root? We are making the plasma to its purest form, purest root, that is ionized form. So if ionized form is got, that is we are reaching to the root, and that root can be reached with the help of meditation or any sadhana. It is available, or it is not a very secret of this one. So by that way, we can endorse the views or noble concept given by the Buddha. And my talk is based on all the things. And as Madam was mentioning, Honorable Madam was mentioning about this our bone of the Rishi, that is a problem. That is sort of not a problem. That is a sort of challenge for science as well as spiritual masters. Spiritual masters can get the ionized plasma, but they don't know even technique of making it dry form. What is the Rishi Haddi? It is nothing but ionized plasma in a dry form. So with that we can say that we have to work together, and with that way we can move forward. Now I'll close. I am very thankful to all of you to have the patience hearing, and thank you all. Mike, I'm handing over to Amit ji.
Thank you, Pandey sir, for giving us great insight into the concept of the plasma physics and its relevance of it with the spiritual matters, and how we can achieve the things for the treatment of as a vaccine. So thanks to you for remain connected. But before we will be starting a question answer session, I have Dr. Alok Bharti connected perhaps. Yes. So, Dr. Alok sir, can you please raise your hand? So I would like your comment on this. He's a certified yoga practitioner from Ministry of Fire. So Mr. Alok Bharti sir, you are requested to raise your hand. I would like to have your comment on the participant side from the head. Dr. Pandey sir, there is a question from Mr. Bhagwant Negi. He's from Resonance Energy. He asks that how this energy could be applied in India. How this therapy could be applied in India.
How the energy, like ordinary plasma therapy is there, same way our ionized plasma therapy can be applied. Means meditation, during meditation time, this plasma could be taken out and that can be stored, and of course medical facility has to work for that, how much quantity has to be applied, because this has got very natural way of working. It is same plasma but only ionized form, very pure form. So that will be taken as a ppm side or ml side, and that can be given to the COVID victim. So COVID victim, that plasma, whatever is likely to get, or when suppose normal people, so that the plasma will be reinforced by, or a sort of will get the shielding of ionized plasma, and actually all the virus will be repelled back. I was telling you that plasma has got two barriers, two main functions. One as a barrier, other is carrier. So barrier function will work now. It will have the barrier for RNA and DNA, and carrier function for taking out the nutrients, even waste and all, from inside to outside, or vice versa, from outside to inside. And the third function of that one, as I was mentioning, that it is a sort of pushing the all blood cells into blood vessels. So things will be maintained, and virus will be taken as a waste. Once I was in the carrier side, virus, when it comes inside, it will be taken as a waste and it will be taken out. I hope that answered. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Hope it has solved the purpose, Dr. Bhagwan sir. Mr. Alok Bharti is now connected. So I am handing over the mic to him.
Yeah. Just am I audible? Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. Sir, thank you for wonderful session. I have one small query. What is the possibility ionized plasma during the meditative way? What is the possibility?
I couldn't get possibility of ionized plasma.
Yeah. Possibilities of ionized plasma during the meditation.
That meditation I told you, the meditation is reaching the same level of cosmos, getting connected with the brain neuron, same level of cosmos, where whole thing will get the property of ionization. Because once we reach to the interstellar or interplanetary zone with the help of meditation, we go to the second and third stage of meditation, third types of meditation. Then naturally we are having the same characteristics what interstellar zone or interplanetary zone is having. So that characteristics our whole blood, including plasma, gets. That's why we call it ionized plasma, because that time whole thing, as I was mentioning, that plasma has got 80 to 90% as a watery type material, and 10 to 20% only as a salt, iron, and as well as protein. So those protein, salt, and iron also will get, because it will exist there, it will get ionized form. So there is no impurities, and the whole water also will get in a fourth stage beyond gas form. Whole thing will be beyond gaseous form, retaining the characteristics of plasma, ordinary plasma, that is as a barrier and carrier, as I was telling, retaining that possibility in a poised condition and brought back. So that way, meditator get that kind of status or that kind of scenario.
Yeah, it is a wonderful concept, but I think in India and how we will implement in the practical aspect in India, it is more challenging.
I don't think, because in India, to my knowledge, more than 10,000 meditators, tapasvis, as well as there, not only in India, abroad. Suppose even Sufi sons are also doing Sufi, they are going for this certain stages of meditation. So they can also worldwide, some very Sufi sons are also in, especially in Egypt and elsewhere. Similarly, for Christian side, there is a those Christian community or priest, those who are following the Christ consciousness, they are also achieving. So there is no scarcity of that in the whole world. India especially, there is no scarcity. India can get, even suppose a meditator give once in a week the plasma. That when I got this idea, I was talking to Swami Mahesananji, then he said, yes, Panda, go ahead. This is because this is noble cause. All meditators should come forward for this noble cause to save the humanity. So what I mean to say, that meditator will come forward for giving this ionized plasma, undoubtedly.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Alok Bharti sir, for putting up your question. Lots of work has also been done under the mentorship of Mr. Amrendra Narayan Pandey sir, and there is one effort that is going at Nashik. So with his guidances and things that he has done based on that. So there is Mr. Sanjay Gavli sir connected from Sri Institute, Nashik, Trimbakeshwar. So I would like to invite him to put his efforts. So Sanjay ji, can you please raise your hand so that I can hand over mic to you?
Hello.
Okay, you are live now. Yeah, you are live now.
Yes, am I audible, please?
Yes, you are live now. You are audible.
Yes, my humble pranam to everyone, all dignitaries. I am Dr. Sanjay Gavli here to represent the Adi Yoga Institute, which has been mentored by Professor N. Pandey. With his guidance and mentorship, we have initiated this event and the activities 3 years back in Nashik. The institute is working on the framework of Esvyasa, where all yogas are integrated together to practice the education, where we have launched already master's degree, bachelor level programs, diploma level programs recognized by university, and we are setting up a sadhana peak in Trimbakeshwar, and also under the guidance of Dr. Pandey, Professor Pandeyji, we have submitted proposal to DST for investigating effect of meditation on selected blood components, as we are running a Nashik blood bank where we can experiment the same. Now here at Sri Adi Yoga Institute was awarded as best college in Maharashtra state by the university last year, and more than 150 students are studying master's degree. So under his mentorship, lot of research work and sadhana based work we are experimenting, especially effect of Hanuman Chalisa on the mental health. These kind of research projects we are initiating, so we need your blessings. Thank you for all the efforts, Amit.
Thank you, Dr. Sanjay sir. Okay, there is a question, Mr. Pandey sir, that how deep meditation can be carried out? This is a question from Mr. Kripal Katayat, who is a former assistant general manager with this Airport Authority of India. So he asks that how deep meditation is going to be carried out.
Well, it is very easy as well as very difficult, in the sense, very easy if suppose anybody who does the meditation with jnana, with knowledge, why he is doing meditation, what for meditation he is doing, what is the consequences of meditation, what he is getting achieved, or he is going to get achieved. So if they do with all knowledge, then meditation is easy to follow. It is not, in fact, we can claim that if somebody is putting real 50-60 hours in this field, they can catch the meditation, and they can go ahead for slowly. They can go one stage to another stage, and then they can get all characteristics of meditation. This is one way of this one. Difficult, what I mean to say, meditation is based on mind. Control of mind is very difficult otherwise. And for that, lot of research work has been done by Lord Krishna tells in Bhagavad Gita that how to control the mind. Patanjali gave the sutra for that one. So all the things are there involved. If we understand and if we do the meditation, it is very easy. And I have written one article, it is available there, that advantage of meditation for intellectuals and scientists. What I mean to say, that whole thing I was showing the diagram where our controller is soul. Our controller is consciousness. So once we understand the consciousness and go with that step by step, then it is very easy to have the meditation, to get the effulgent light, to get the Paramatma Swarup. First it is Atma Swarup only we are getting, and then we are further ahead. If we move, it will be Paramatma Swarup. So it is as easy as possible. It is as difficult, not to take a sort of word in that, not to go in depth of that. I hope I have made it clear.
Yes. There is one more question from Mr. Manoharan, that how long will the effect of ionized plasma last in vitro? How long will the effect of ionized plasma last in vitro?
In fact, ionized plasma, I am not claiming only for this as a vaccine for this. It is a vaccine for any kind of killer disease, in the sense because plasma only gets affected, even including cancerous cell. Of course, there is some modification. Cancerous cell will have little modification on that, because there we have to work on the bone marrow system also. So, but otherwise, like HIV, like swine flu, any kind of virus, any killer virus, because virus attacks on cell level. Whatever will, if suppose microbes are also working, whichever microbes are coming up to the cell level, for that also it would work as a sort of vaccine, in the sense, because it is very ionized, it is very pure form, ionized form of the same plasma. We are not bringing any secondary material, we are not bringing any foreign material, it is not the chemicals, it is not a sort of herbals which has to be tested. It is just part and parcel of our body. And only thing, the characteristic has been changed to ionized form, that's all. Otherwise, whole thing is very, very conducive, very sort of mingling type, and that will work certainly. Okay.
Okay. So I hope it has cleared the concept. We have connected Mr. Lakshmi Narayan Nagisetti, sir. So he is very active in the political social matters. So I would like to have his point on the topic. Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, please raise your hand. Mr. Lakshmi Narayan, sir, can you raise your hand? Okay. If anyone, there are friends connected. If anyone is having questions, he can write under the question tab, or he can raise it. I will hand over the mic to him so that he can ask any question if he has related to the session to Mr. Amrit Narayan Pandey or any other speakers. You can use raise or you can write question over there. Thank you for Dr. Puneet sir and Madam Mridula Sinha for the patience and for your participation after the session. I hope your participation further. This topic could be taken forward, and thereafter something out of it, something beneficial could be made out of it. We have connected. Thank you, you also for remaining connected. Any comment that you would like to make, sir, on this? On the session?
No, I was disconnected. I was disconnected. Some problem.
There is perhaps.
Can you hear
any
me?
comment that you have to put? Or, yes, you are audible, sir. Dr. Ramarao, audible.
Yeah. No, I was disconnected. There was a problem with my Wi-Fi, I think power supply or something.
Yes.
So I was cut off from your conference.
Okay, I was just asking that we will upload the videos and thereafter we will send the link also to all of you. This session is got recorded, and we will be sending you the link of the complete session in the video recorded format. I'm just asking, Dr. Puneet sir, you are even connected. So, any comment that you can put in the talk today that has been done by Dr. Amrit Narayan Pandey sir?
Excellent show, sir. Pandey sir, very much informative for all of us. In a detailed, organized plasma.
And I am very thankful to you. Because
Thank you, sir.
You are from medical side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you must be knowing about the plasma and the whole virus and our blood cells.
Yes, yes, sir.
Thankful to you for attending this one, as well as if you would like to take up this job in your university, you are welcome.
Yes, yes, sir. Definitely, sir. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for putting all the efforts. So, if anyone is still having question, he can ask. We are still connected. Otherwise, I will be taking the break and keeping the session off. The social lounge feature.
Before we have it there, before closing
Yes, yes, we will have. So, social lounge feature will keep running. You can join the social lounge after this session and talk with fellow participants also. If you want to talk with the speakers for some time, you can also that. You will be available on table number 1. You can come and talk with Mr. Pandey sir also. That would be private. And we will be sending the link of the videos on your